if you are a minimalist, hello, meet your makeup. This is a big time like Instagram versus reality moment. Hey everyone, I'm Leighann. If you don't know me, if you do and you're back, thank you so much. I'm happy to have you. Today is foundation day, or at least today and the next couple of days. Whenever I do a foundation review or wear test, I like to try it for a couple of days just to give it a really fair shot. I mean, there's a lot of different factors that go into a foundation being successful on your skin. Everyone's skin is different. You could use different primers, different powders. You could have just like a different day. The weather could be different. So I'm gonna be trying out this foundation today, tomorrow, and the next day, and I will give you all my final thoughts and check-ins along the way when something significant happens. I'm not trying to waste your time. I'm not trying to waste my time. But today we're gonna be trying out the new Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Blurring Powder Foundation. I think that is the name. That is a lengthy name. I got it though. They actually sent this to me. They sent me 3 different shades. It comes in 30 shades, so I've seen all 30 shades, but I've only gotten my hands into 3. I'm gonna be trying out the Y305. I think this is the closest to my skin tone right now that they sent me, and it goes for $38. So $38 for a powder foundation. The draw for me for a powder foundation is that it's really quick and easy. And in this packaging with this compact, it is really, really portable. You could easily do this on the go. You've got a good size mirror, you've got the powder foundation, and you also have an applicator. And the really interesting thing about this applicator is that on one side, it's a black makeup sponge. On this side, it is a white, almost velvet kind of texture. And they say you can get a more full coverage out of this powder foundation with the sponge side, and using the white side, you get a more sheer coverage. And then you can also use it with a brush. You can also use this on top of liquid foundation if you really wanna go like full on with your foundation that day. I'm just gonna be trying it with this applicator because I think this is so cool. I'm all about easy. And actually one of the things that really, really pushed me to do this video is I saw on their Instagram, they posted this video. I don't know if I'm allowed to put this post in the video. I'm just gonna do it because it like blew me away. I was like, I need this on my face. If this is as good as it looks, I've got to tell you guys. Obviously, beautiful model, perfect skin, highly professionally produced video with great lighting and everything. But she's just like slapping it on her skin almost haphazardly. I'm sure it's not haphazard. I'm sure she was prepared to do this, but it almost makes it look like the pores just disappear. And that isn't very common in my experience with powder foundations. A lot of times for me, powder foundation can kind of make pores show up that weren't there before, and it can really settle into lines and make things look worse. So I'm hoping that I get results like this, but obviously we are not in like a studio. This is not a professionally produced video. I am producing this video and my skin is not perfect. It's not the worst skin in the world, but if I can get anywhere close to this, I would be very, very, very happy about this. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, it's $38, so that's not nothing. But if you're busy, like everyone in the world is, and you can just apply this powder foundation anywhere you are, super, super easy, super fast, not having to deal with liquid foundation and a loose powder and all of that business, I think $38 is worth it. So today, that's what we're doing. We're putting it to the test. If you want to support my channel, if you like videos like this, give this video a thumbs up. Definitely consider subscribing, hit the bell for notifications. You can find me on social media, all of that business. And now I think we should just go ahead and get into it, put this on my face, test it out, and just see what's up. Okay, so as I'm applying my primer and my corrector, I'm gonna catch you up on a couple of quick facts about this foundation. It's supposed to be a full coverage blurring powder with a lifelike matte finish that bends and breathes with your skin for 12-hour wear that never cakes, flakes, or fades. Oh, that sounds pretty amazing, doesn't it? It's supposed to be for basically all skin types, normal, dry, combination, and oily, and it has a unique flexi fit puzzle complexion for lightweight feel and flexible coverage. It's supposed to be blurring, it smooths, it mattifies, and it absorbs oil. Anytime I'm using a powder foundation, I really like to do my under eye concealer and any spot concealing before I add the powder foundation. And for any redness, I'm just gonna be going in with my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Custard. This is my current favorite. I've been using it for so long. I'm just mainly using it around my nose and on any healing spots. Right now, luckily, I don't have any active breakouts, which is awesome. I'm gonna try not to go nuts with the concealer just because I do wanna see what the foundation can really do because they are saying it's full coverage or it can be full coverage. So I'm not gonna go too crazy and I'm gonna leave a couple of spots out here and there. I'm also gonna go over this little vein down here. I have like a very veiny chest. I almost always, if I'm wearing a top like this, I bring my foundation down almost like on my whole chest, which I hate doing. It's so gross. I don't know why I feel it's so much grosser to bring my foundation down to my chest when I have it all over my face, but for some reason it just feels dirty and gross and I don't like it. But with a powder foundation, I feel better about it. So I'm hoping this covers all these veins and it looks good. For my under eyes, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer. I like this one. By all means, if you have perfect, beautiful skin like the model on Instagram, you don't have to do any of this concealing and you can just smack it on. Good for you. I hope your life is as beautiful as your skin is. Me, however, I am all about, at the very least, concealer under my eyes. I gotta have it. Now, just so that concealer under my eyes doesn't crease, I'm going in with a little bit of loose translucent setting powder. You might think it's a little silly for me to be setting this and then adding powder foundation on top. Like, couldn't that just set it? Yeah, it totally could. But I'm kind of nervous to do that because it could make it look a little cakey and I wanna try to not let that happen. Maybe tomorrow when I do it, I won't even use concealer. I don't know. We'll just see how I'm feeling tomorrow. All right, it's finally time. The moment is here. Time to try out the powder foundation. I'm gonna go in with the sponge side because I want to see how full coverage we can really get this. I want that model skin, okay? It's not possible, but I'm gonna try, all right? I want to see like how she did it exactly. Swipe, 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 and then she blended out from the center of the face. Let's see what happens. It didn't seem like I had as much product on mine as she did. Not the same. Definitely not the same. But I will say this kind of does look like a good match for me. Let's blend. Let's give it a chance. Let's see what happens. This is the big time like Instagram versus reality moment. All right, let's get this hair out of the way. I mean business right now. Can you tell? It doesn't really look like she's going back in for product. I'm definitely doing that, but maybe they just did some clever editing. I don't know. So far for the coverage, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. It's not full coverage though, but for a powder foundation, I'd say it's doing a really good job. Okay, I don't want to overload my skin because then it will end up looking cakey and it might not even be the fault of the powder foundation. So I want to avoid that. This looks good. This looks nice. I do see the blurring quality. This is really, really pretty. I mean, right after first application, which is the best it's gonna look typically with any foundation, but I'm liking this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bring it down my neck, which I kind of feel like this is gonna be an annoying process. This applicator is pretty small. Right now, I do kind of want to go in with a brush just to speed it all up, but at the same time, I want to get that coverage. I really want to see if this is going to work on all the veins that I have down here. And it's something that I've kind of struggled with for a long time. And I'm always trying to cover it up without, you know, getting makeup all over my clothes and all of that, or looking like I'm too made up. You know what? This is working. I am so pleasantly surprised. I mean, I had high hopes, honestly. It's just nice to have high hopes and for once you're not disappointed. You know what I mean? I think this looks really good. Of course, I could say all that now and then it wears horribly and I have to tell you bad news later. We'll see what happens. I don't want to speak too soon. I always do this. Ooh, hate foundation lips so much. Gotta love the taste of makeup wipes in the morning. Probably toxic. Okay, so now that I have that down, I want to show you my skin before I do anything else makeup wise so you can really see the coverage that I got using the sponge side. Let's get really close in there so you can get acquainted with my pores that are hopefully very blurred. I'm not sure if you can tell, I'm trying to get really close, so hopefully you can. I can still see a couple of my kind of healing spots that I didn't cover with concealer. You can still see a little bit of unevenness. This isn't the same kind of full coverage that you would get from something like, say, Estee Lauder Double Wear. That is a major full-on bulletproof foundation, and it's liquid, and it's a lot more time consuming, and it's a lot more to work with. This has the convenience element that cannot be beat. In my eyes, that is the really awesome thing that this foundation brings to the table. So I really don't want to speak too soon, but I have to say I really love how my skin looks right now. I think it feels good. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't look cakey. But again, we have to wait. We have to see how it wears. I'm gonna put on the rest of my makeup. I'm not going for like a full glam look or anything like that. I'll show you a quick look at what my face looks like with all the rest of my makeup, and then I'll check in with you throughout the next few days and we'll see how it goes. All right guys, it's been about 9 hours since I applied the foundation and I still think it looks pretty good. I'm definitely gonna be wearing it a lot longer tomorrow. I definitely wanna put in like the full 12 hours and see if it can really stay on and look nice 12 12 hours, but I didn't get very oily. I haven't had to touch up through the day. No blotting powder, no shine sheets, no nothing. And I don't feel like it's really settling into lines. I do feel like it's wearing away a little bit. I'm not sure if you can really see. I'm using my vlogging camera right now, and obviously my lighting is not perfect. I'm standing in the kitchen. I'm about to wash my makeup off. It's late. I'm ready to go to bed. But yeah, I do think you can see some of those little spots that you could kind of see through the foundation earlier. You can really see now. I touch my face a lot. I've been outside, so it's not like it was a super easy day on the foundation, but I'm surprised. It looks pretty good. Again, I'm gonna test it again all throughout tomorrow and the next day, and I'll let you know what's going on. But right now, I need to go to bed. Okay, it's already been a pretty long day. I've had this foundation on my face for about 10 hours. It's still day 2. I've been at home editing all day long, and for some reason, my face got so much more oily today. And I don't know what I did different. I used the same skincare, I used the same steps, I used all the same products in the same orders. I didn't go out and do anything crazy. I have no idea why my skin is reacting so differently to the foundation today, but I'm pretty sure you can see on camera, I'm at that like reflective point of oiliness. Like, I have oily skin. I know how this works. I would have used a shine sheet or blotting powder hours ago if I wasn't doing this video, but I wanted you guys to see what was really going on and how bad it would really get if I just kept waiting, because it started getting really oily probably around like hour 6-ish, which is actually still pretty good for me at least. But I just left it like this, and honestly, I wouldn't be like full makeup, lipstick, all this stuff if I was just at home editing all day, but we're doing a thing. Anyway, I just wanted to come on and show you guys. I'm going to use my favorite blotting powder. This is what I love to use just to touch up during the day. Sometimes I will use a shine sheet, but more so I really go to this, because when I use a shine sheet, I notice it lifting the foundation, especially if it's gotten to this point where it's this oily. I think it just kind of loosens up the foundation. Even if it's a long wear situation, like, you're going to be in trouble. Okay, so here, before I do this, go ahead, take a look. I've kind of got oiliness pretty much just in the T-zone really, really heavily. On my cheeks, I'm pretty much okay, but really that's different on everybody. Everybody gets oily in different places. If you're not oily at all, this doesn't apply to you. But for me, for my other oily girls out there, you guys know how it is. It's a struggle. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this, and we can see if it freshens me up or if it makes me look worse. Because sometimes with some foundations, if you add on a blotting powder, it can make it look cakey, it can make it look heavy, it can make it feel gross. Other times, it can fix all of your problems. You can go on about your day like none of this happened. And that's really nice when you can just refresh that easily. Oh no, I had chocolate on my lip this entire time. You guys, why didn't you tell me? I'm sorry, but this lipstick is staying really well too. I mean, I wasn't testing the lipstick, but it's this new Bite Beauty lip stain, the Outburst something lips. I'll link it down below if you're curious. It was in my haul video I put out just recently. I'm liking it. It's staying on really well. It does transfer. I don't know, I'm doing a whole review right now. It does transfer in a big way, like barely touch your lips and it's transferring. But look at how pigmented it stayed all day long. I think that's pretty amazing. So you have to be careful, but it's gonna stay on. I think the foundation is looking good. I mean, yes, it's not looking fresh, but you kind of can't expect that. It's not gonna look like as good as new, like, sorry. But I don't hate it at all. It's looking a little dried out and not so cute around my nose. Maybe I should show you that up close. I found something gross. I gotta show you. You can probably see I have redness around my nose, and I had like a little bit of something popping up right under my nose, and I had to cover that with concealer. And I guess like the concealer foundation combo, or maybe it's just the foundation, maybe it's the foundation with the blotting powder. It's just kind of looking a little dry and not so cute, but it's also not the end of the world in my opinion. Like, you might be a little bit more of a perfectionist than I am, but I'm not mad at this. They did promise like a 12-hour wear time, but a lot of times it's like up to 12 hours. I didn't see them say that, but you gotta watch them. Sometimes they do that, but it's really not looking bad. What do you think? I like it so far. I'm gonna keep testing it. Tomorrow we will talk about final thoughts. Okay, here we are. It's day 3 and I've got my final thoughts. I have the powder foundation on my face right now. I have a little bullet point list and spoiler, most of them are good things. I've had a pretty good experience throughout the past 3 days wearing this foundation. I have been stunned by the finish, how nice it looks, how much it does actually blur out pores. It doesn't settle into them. A lot of times you can think, oh my gosh, powder all over my face. That's gonna make me look like old and crepey and accentuate every little line and bring out every little pore. And it really does not do that. No, it does not look as perfect and easy and flawless as that Instagram video that inspired me originally, but it's really good and I don't want to downplay that. So yeah, I love the finish. I also really, really love the packaging. I love that it's an all-in-one self-contained kind of thing. If you're on the go, this is really, really nice and easy. If you're just trying to run out the door, you hadn't had any time to do anything to your face, but you want to even out your skin tone or just, you know, feel a little bit fresher, you could throw this in your bag and you could do this in the parking lot, in the car, right before you walk in somewhere and you're good to go. It's perfect for quick makeup days. It's perfect for being on the run. It's perfect because it's small, it's self-contained. If you are a minimalist, hello, meet your makeup. Like this is so great in so many ways. And there's so many less steps, you know what I mean? And it's also a really like nice, believable finish, you know what I mean? You're not cakey. You don't look like you're wearing a ton of makeup when you wear this. Like whenever you go and you wear liquid foundation and you powder it and then you put all the products on top of the products and everything like that. Like, yes, you do still have steps with this if you choose to use concealer and primer and all of that, but it's not as much. It's definitely a much more fresh, like easy going, I'm not trying too hard kind of look. For me, and this could just apply to me, I do feel like I can see my under eye circles a little bit more. I haven't been bringing this up under my eyes because I have been doing the concealer and the corrector and the powder there. But for some reason, I feel like I can see it more. You might not be able to see it, but I've been noticing it. And that's something that could just apply to me. But overall, it is a more nice, fresh, like natural kind of look. You know what I mean? Another thing I was really impressed with was the oil control. It's not exactly oil control, but it kept my oil at bay much longer than I thought it would. They are kind of claiming that it's great for oily skin. It will keep your foundation perfect for 12 hours. That's not really true. I didn't believe that even going into it. But it kept my skin looking good, looking oil-free for way longer than I anticipated. It's probably about 5 hours, 5-6 hours before I feel like I need a touch-up. Right now today, I've had this foundation on for I think about 6 or 7 hours, and I did do a touch-up before I started recording. I did a little bit of my blotting powder, and then I actually went in and touched up a couple of areas like my chin, around my nose, and on my nose with the powder foundation. It doesn't look cakey if you touch up with the actual product. That's something that you can't really do with a liquid foundation. Like once you've got it on, you can't like patch in areas. That will look really weird. Maybe you can. I've honestly just really never tried it because that seems like a recipe for disaster, but you can with this, which I think is really amazing. So yes, maybe it doesn't stand up against, you know, the war of your day that you have to fight, but you can touch up really, really easily. It's not a big deal. You could do it in the car really, really fast. You know what I mean? So there are a lot of really, really good things about this product. I really, really like it. I'm definitely impressed with it. I would absolutely recommend it, but as always, you have to consider the price. This product is $38, and that's not nothing. I mean, I feel like I look at this and I'm like, it's a compact of powder. Yes, it has an applicator. Yes, it has all these great things about it, but it's almost $40, and that's quite a lot to me, in my opinion. But you just have to kind of weigh that out in your life. Is the convenience, is the ease of use worth it to you to spend $38? Obviously, that's not something I can really tell you. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's priorities are different. You can't really say like, no, this is garbage, throw it away, because it's not. It's really good. But I can't tell you, you need to run out and spend $38 on it, because that's not nothing. you know? So I really like it. If you're in the market for a new powder foundation, if everything I've told you about this foundation so far sounds good to you, try it out, see what happens. I'm over explaining this. I was really trying to not do that in this video. Excuse me. You've heard what I've said, but obviously the ball is in your court at this point. Somehow a large cloud just came over my video. I'm sorry. Maybe that's a sign I need to get it going. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope it's helpful for you guys. Let me know if there's another product out there that you'd like me to test run and let you know my thoughts on. I'm always happy to do that. Let me know in the comments down below. You can also find me on social media. It's LeighAnnSays everywhere, and I love talking to you guys over there. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I would love if you subscribed and came back every week for my new videos. I also have a vlog channel. It's LeighAnn Vlogs. You can click to subscribe down there, and you can also hit the bell for notifications so you know every time I upload a new video. And all right, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone. Just to really give it a fair shant. What is this? Holding it upside down. I'm not really gonna go nuts with the oh, I did just go nuts with the concealer. Whoa, it just blooped out everywhere. And they just edited it. Here's my face.